All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another video. All right, y'all, shout out to Wmma rankings.com. They've been pretty much consistent with a lot of news, and as of lately, I've been, catching a lot of their updates because I usually get updates from MMAfighting.com. Is that what it's called? And bloodyelbow.com and, some different other sites, but, WMMA rankings.com it focused specifically on WMMA. So I just been, catching a lot of their news, and I just saw this recent article, interesting news about Megan Anderson, that they posted up, and I got a chance to read those little select excerpts about what she's been up to. And unfortunately, Megan Anderson doesn't look like she's going to be returning to the octagon anytime soon. I know a lot of people felt like since her contract wasn't renewed with the UFC that she was going to go the route of either PFL or Bellator, join their featherweight division or lightweight division. But as of right now, Megan Anderson said in this recent interview that she's not looking to fight. She's got many other things going on, a lot of good things going on for herself, aside from fighting. And she said that, hey, she never says never. She'll never say never. She might return to the octagon sometime soon, but just not right now. Let me pull up the interview here. Right now, I'll tell you right off top, Megan Anderson was one of those fighters that I had high hopes for in the very beginning when I, started really, covering WMMA on this channel. I saw her as one of those fighters that, had the potential. She had all the tools. She had the height, size, the power, the reach, just a lot of different things she had going for her. And I thought that, if she was pushed the right way, she could have definitely probably pulled off an upset against Chris Cyborg at the time. She had the right mentality, but that's a whole different other video. I'm gonna probably do that video one day about Megan Anderson because she was one of those fighters I used to watch Invicta FC. I was a fan of, definitely. But this is what she had to say in this recent interview about getting back into the octagon. Let's see here. She said, "For all those that are asking and continue to ask me daily, I have no plans to fight right now. I'm not saying that I will never fight again, but at this point in my life, I'm loving everything else I'm doing, from gaming and streaming, working as an analyst for ESPN and Invicta, and currently filming my first major feature film. I couldn't be happier, and fighting really isn't on my mind." So, yeah, man, right there, she just named a lot of other good things that are going on for her right now. And if you're delving into that much, I can definitely understand why she's not going to try to fight now, because we have fighters now that try to, do different things, and it's just not working for them. If you're going to stay in the fight game, you have to sacrifice everything. And I feel like for Megan Anderson right now, she's just in a different position right now. She's just mentally in a different position in her life where she's doing these other things. And I think that's kind of, it's much more satisfying for her mentally right now because, Megan Anderson was never really like one of the most mentally stable fighters. And I'm not saying that as disrespect. I'm just saying as far as somebody dealing with pressure. Even whenever the Chris Cyborg fight was talked about, how she approached the Amanda Nunes fight, and just her career as a whole as a fighter. But when it comes to other things, it seems like everything else she's delving into, she has a good control of, especially gaming. Like whenever I, pulled up TikTok, I don't really use TikTok, but when I pulled it up, I see Megan Anderson just posting post after post after post of gaming versus like training. When she was training, she would post things, yeah, but when it came to gaming, that just seemed like more of her passion. I'm not really into Twitch and I game, but I'm not really into Twitch, but just kind of seeing her delve into that world, you could see her focused on it, just like a lot of these other people that play Call of Duty and all these other games. She just really seemed like she's into that. So I could see why she would want to go into that realm because she has a lot of followers doing Twitch, and it's a safe way to make money versus trying to, put that mental pressure on her for a fighter that's not really built for that as of lately. You know what I mean? And then, going into the world of being an analyst. Megan's been doing that forever now, for Invicta. She'll do it for the UFC, for ESPN. And I have to say that she is one of the analysts that, I actually listen to her word whenever it comes to breaking fighters down, man or woman. I think she's probably one of the best when it comes to breaking down WMMA and MMA, period. Like if you go and look at her channel, even when she does interviews and when she'll talk about fighters and break them down, you can tell she actually takes the time to watch them. So she might not perform to a high level in the octagon, but whenever it comes down to, watching fights, she has that eye, like a lot of us on YouTube that watch fights, she's actually breaking it down in that manner. So, I definitely respect her as an analyst. So I definitely want to see her do that more, in the future. But as far as a major motion picture, I don't know, what that is, but, she's probably delving in to that world like Valentina's doing, you know, maybe like a Netflix movie. She hasn't said much about it. I know she's been posting like pictures of her, you know, actually like doing weapons training. So maybe it's something to do with that. I don't know, but I'm just glad that she's found a lane for herself instead of, you know, continuing to try to fight and try to push herself in that way, because she just never really seemed like that person that could really handle that type of fighting pressure. You know what I mean? Everything else seems like it's going well for her. She also said this: I'm currently not affiliated with any gym. I'm not signed to any promotion right now, and I haven't been pursuing a new fight contract. I appreciate the love and interest from everyone hoping to see me in the cage again, but hopefully this answers your question for now. So yeah, she's not even looking, you know, she doesn't even have a gym anymore. She's not even like, she's staying in shape, but she's not staying in fighting shape. You know, she's not even delving into that world of even trying to, you know, spar or do any of that. She's not even shopping around for a deal on the side like with PFL or Invicta anymore. And I think that's good, just to separate from it, see if she wants to come back in a year or so. But other than that, I think just staying away from the fight game and doing what she's doing now is probably the best for her. You know, that's just my thoughts. And that comes from a fan of Megan and watching her, you know, perform in Invicta and how I seen her perform in the UFC. It just doesn't look like the same fighter, you know, so I'd rather not see them fight at all. Yeah, as far as like PFL, that probably would have been interesting to see her go up to 155, because we know that's the weight she could make. But, you know, going in there with Kayla Harrison, Kayla just has that type of mindset. Even though I would say that Megan definitely has a big chance against Kayla Harrison, it all comes down to the mental, though. You know, Kayla Harrison, you can't really stop her money right now and she's hungry. So with Megan Anderson just having like a freeze-up moment, that would cost her a fight, right? So, again, that's just best that she's not going to pursue any type of fighting. But it's like I said, you know, a lot of other fighters, you know, just starting to retire now, like what's her name, Felicia Spencer, Roxanne Modafferi, finding the right time. You know, I think that's just important. You know, that's very important for these fighters to know when to get out, and for Megan to say that she could still come back. There's potential there. I think the further and further she goes out making money with doing these other ventures, I don't think she will. You know, I don't think she will, and that'd be a safe move for her, because it's one thing, you know, to have an off night, but if every time you come into the octagon and, you know, you're there physically and your mind is somewhere else like 20 miles, 50 miles away, that's dangerous. You know, that's why I say for Megan Anderson, you could have everything like the power, the athleticism, the youth on your side or whatever, but if your mental is 100 miles away, that's no good. You know, that's probably the most dangerous thing, because you can still fight on one leg or a broken wrist, but you can't fight with a mind that's not intact with your body, that's not in sync with it, you know? So I think for Megan, that's the best thing for her to do, is just leave the game. Even for me, I think she just leave the game permanently as far as a fighter. I mean, as far as an analyst, though, she could stay, because she's better than a lot of these men out there, you know what I mean? So they could definitely use her in that aspect, you know? But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Like I said, shout out to Megan Anderson. I probably will do a video one day of what could have been a Megan, because, you know, like I said, I like to talk the fight game, and she was one of those fighters that I was kind of high on in the same way I am with, you know, like the Manon Fioros or the Melissa Gattos, where watching her from the beginning, you know, it was starting to look good. And then the mid part, it looked good when she won her Invicta belt, but then it just took a totally different turn, you know. So that's what I'm saying about these prospects that are going to come up in the UFC. Like, they look good now, and I'm seeing something in them. But, yeah, anything can happen. I know that anything can happen. So, yeah, I got a video coming on that at some point about Megan and what could have been of her as a fighter, you know. So, yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Is a good idea for Megan to stay away, you know, for, you know, just a short amount of time? Or do you think that she should just retire completely? I think she should just retire completely, because it seems like she's doing much better than some of these other WMMA fighters right now, and she's gone off into 3 different things that could make more money for her than some of these other fighters. I mean, movies, analysts, and gaming. You know what I mean? So why mess that up by continuing to take punishment, right? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.